Hello guys. So I was supposed to be playing Forspoken on PC, but it just crashes so bad. I think it's a memory issue. So instead of playing that, I'm going back to Final Fantasy XV, which uses the same engine and looks better, I think. But when I run Forspoken, and when it runs, the thing is quite smooth. So I think it's a shame that I can't run it normally, because it just crashes whenever it enters into the cutscene. So yeah, let's play this. I don't know how many years now, maybe 5 years old game. Everything turned to max. I think I've set anti-aliasing to DLSS, but other than that, I think everything's maxed out. As you see, system memory is pretty low usage, around 12 gigs. And even graphics memory would be just around half of that, around 12 gigs used. And I'm on M.2 SSD, so loading time is I think it's improved a lot. I think the facial like the wrinkles are quite realistic on this engine actually. And the HDR is actually implemented quite well. It's just I think on the older machines, and especially at the machines coming out at that time, PS4 Pro and the older PCs, I think should be around 1080 generation, right? So in that generation it doesn't run this quite well. As always, I think Square Enix games always runs ahead of its time, so I think pretty much the same thing will happen to maybe Final Fantasy XVI. If you want to play it on PC, you'll need a pretty beefy one. I think that's going to be PS5 only as well, so get the information. Okay, I took the car, yes. Get some fuel going first. Still trying to figure out the buttons. I'm using a new controller, so I'm using the DualSense Edge, the new PlayStation 5 controller. Okay, I'll take the side quest. I think after all these years, this look really nice. I mean, the texture are not that bad. If you compare with Forspoken, for example, But I think the review is a little bit unfair for Spoken. For Spoken is a game that requires a lot of like jumping and running around. So I think that the world is relatively large, right? So I don't think that they're going to spend a lot of time of like pinpointing like the texture of every piece of ground or building. So I think that's how the game is supposed to be. Of course, it would be nice if they like ramp up the texture for like the whole game, but I think that'd be too much work. If they have the resources of like Ubisoft when they make the Assassin's Creed games, then I think they may have a better chance of getting the game right. But I think right now, okay, agree. I didn't expect them to like come back this far. I was thinking like maybe takes up half of my queue to rest. So FPS it pretty much sticks to 120. I mean, by today's standards, you can't compare this with like for Forza Horizon 5, for example. But I think this looks good enough for an RPG, right? It's not bad. Oh, I just so want to play Forspoken now. Well, I just got it on PC and it keeps crashing, and I think it's a RAM issue. This system I'm still using like a 3600 RAM. So I'm going to upgrade this system to 7950 X3D next month when it comes out. I think it's on Valentine's Day. But before then, I'm just going to stick with my 5800 X3D with the old RAM that crashes the game. But I mean, that's the only game that crashes. I don't think it's like that much of a problem with the RAM. I know that's not the best RAM out there, but I still think that's a more like of the game's problem, because I've heard like people crashing on PS5 as well, which is really weird. Yeah, so speaking of the new DualSense controller, I think it's quite nice. I mean, just by like taking onto my hands, I don't feel any difference, but I think that's more tactile feeling on the buttons and on the stick controls. So far I'm liking it. I think the battery is still an issue, but I play most of my PC games on wired connection anyway. So previously I was using the Chrome Wolverine 2. I didn't buy the Xbox Elite 2 controller because the old one just broke up a lot, and I think within like 3 months of using the old one, it just broke. So I didn't have like much confidence in that. Whereas for this one, for the PlayStation DualSense Edge controller, I think yeah, they have this some like modular stuff where you can just replace the sticks and buttons whenever you want. You have to pay for that, obviously, but I think that's much better than having to like take it back for repair or just buying a new one, given that it's like a $200 controller. Alright, okay, let me find the quests. All and fish. Before a delicious dish. But the taste of victory lies further ahead, seeking the fourth of the valleys 3, where the stairs of stone find their landing. Okay, interesting riddle. Thank you. Am I supposed to go that way? Yeah. It's just weird how the way these guys run. Like some like crazy folks. I'm supposed to fish her. Man, this is so much work. I mean, for RPG fishing, I think it doesn't get more complicated than this one. I haven't played much of those like dedicated fishing games. I think those could be fun, but this one I think it's as close as like some dedicated fishing games as it could be. Yeah, the water doesn't look that good, right? considering it's like a 5-year-old game. I think that's acceptable. I mean, there's no reflective surface or anything, right? Really weird the way he runs. Crazy guy, man. And also let me know if the controller size is now better, because I used to be using the Xbox or like Chroma Xbox controller, and I think the clicks are really loud, and when I record my voice it also records the sound of the controller. So just want to see if the new PS5 controller improves that. Another quest. Console the chef. Okay, I think that's it for now. I'm just like trying to compensate for the fact that I can't play Forspoken now. But I think it's good that I can get back into this for a while until the new patch comes out for Forspoken, or until I switch my CPU to 7950X 3D in the coming month. So, but anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below if you have any questions. See you next time.